Today, let's talk about how to elevate your chocolate chip cookies into something really special and really fun for Easter. Hi, I'm Patty and welcome to My Handmade Lifestyle. I go by Pattymac Makes everywhere online. On this channel, we're all about embracing that analog life in this just crazy, wacky digital world. And if that sounds good to you, then like today's video and subscribe to the channel. Hang out with us because it's fun here and you will learn some cool things. We are approaching my personal favorite time of year. It's my favorite holiday. I just love Easter bakes and Easter makes and all things spring and Easter. So today I'm bringing you some really pretty, really fun chocolate chip cookies that you can make that are really easy. You'll love them because you don't have to chill them. So many chocolate chip cookies that I share with you on this channel, you have to chill them. And I know it's a drag. Believe me, I know. I'm just like you. I understand. So we're going to introduce a new ingredient to the channel. It's a basic ingredient that's been around for I don't know how long. 80 years. It can be controversial in today's society. We're going to use it anyway because it's good and it works. And if you want cookies that stay thick and don't spread, shortening is your friend. Shortening is used in a lot of vegan baking recipes, believe it or not, because it's vegetable. I found some that is organic and not hydrogenated, so you can find it. I wouldn't say it's healthy. I wouldn't say any of this is healthy. Okay, let's be realistic. These are cookies. They're not health food. But I don't want anybody losing their minds over the shortening. It's not that huge of a deal. I like to take it and do half shortening, half butter. I think that is the real sweet spot when you use shortening in your cookies because you still get the butter flavor and mouthfeel and texture, but you get the benefits of the shortening, which is your cookies don't spread. So yeah, let me go ahead and show you one so that you know where we're going with this whole thing. They're cooling on the tray right behind me. They're so pretty. Oh my goodness gracious. Oh, look at this. So stick around because I'm going to show you not only how to make this luxurious, delicious cookie, I'm going to show you how to decorate it so it looks really special. You'll love this trick. Okay, let's jump into today's recipe. Here are the ingredients that we're going to use in today's Easter cookie recipe. We have a combination of butter with shortening. We have brown sugar, we have granulated sugar, 2 eggs, flour, and in the front in the cute little cat bowls, I just got those by the way, I love them, we have baking soda, salt, and vanilla. And I'm using clear vanilla in this recipe today because I'm just super into that right now. You can use any vanilla that you like. So that's what we're gonna make for our cookie base. To make these Eastery, I'm going to use those little mini eggs, and I'm going to also add about 5 ounces or half of a bag of chocolate chips. And you can use any chocolate chips you like. You can use really any of the little eggs that you like, but I just thought these were pretty. They're Cadbury white, so we're going to use those today. And then over here, I have my prepared cookie sheet, and it is lined with flat parchment paper. And this I got from Miss Febs, who is on Amazon. And I'll give you a link to her shop below. Super nice to deal with, and I have loved using her parchment. It is super nice to bake on. To mix the recipe, what we will do is take that butter and shortening combination and put it into the mixer. You could do this also with a hand mixer, but I love using my stand mixer wherever I can. So we're using that today. Put in the butter and shortening combination, and then you add the sugars, and then you're going to cream that on medium-high for maybe 4 or 5 minutes. You really want that sugar dissolved into the butter. While the butter and sugar is creaming, I like to add my flavorings. I add my flavorings at the beginning because while you're doing the creaming process, you have an opportunity to really get the flavor from whatever extract you're using into all of that fat. And so I add it in the start rather than at the end. When everything is well creamed, then we're going to start adding the eggs. We do them one at a time. We let one mix in really well before we add the next one. When all of that is well incorporated, then we're going to add our dry ingredients, which are the flour, the baking soda, and the salt. And we put those in, and we're going to run the mixer on low, and we're going to stay right there and watch until it's just incorporated. You do not want to overmix the flour. This is critically important. When all of your flour is mixed in, then add your mix-ins, which in our case, we're using those mini eggs and the chocolate chips. And we're going to be really careful how we do that because we don't want to bust up our little eggs. They're, part of making this look like an Easter cookie. So we don't want to break the eggs up. We want to be careful about that. So when everything is incorporated, we're going to use our cookie scoop. We're going to put them onto the cookie sheet. We're going to bake them in that preheated oven at 350, and we're going to bake them for 8 to 10 minutes. I usually go for the longer end with my oven. It's just the way it bakes. They're going to be a little bit underbaked, but that's so that they stay soft. We're going to then allow them to sit on the pan for 5 to 10 minutes. That gives them time to set up, and so they hold their shape. What you will notice is that this cookie, we're able to mix it, scoop it, bake it right away. This is the beauty of using shortening in your cookie mixtures. So when you whip with butter, you have to refrigerate the dough. I don't care what anybody says. They can tell you whatever they want to tell you. If you don't refrigerate the dough and you're using butter, your cookies are going to spread all over the place. That's my personal experience with every cookie recipe I've ever made, and I've made a lot. But I am willing to try other recipes. But I don't know how anybody gets melted butter to work and then bake right away. I don't get it. It's beyond me. I'm just gonna stay in my lane and mix what I know how to mix and share with you what I know works and doesn't work. But anyway, you can see that when we pull these out of the oven, we have a beautiful cookie. And if you really want to jazz them up, you can melt some candy melts and then drizzle that chocolate over top. It's so pretty, and it really makes it special. These are nice and cool on the pan now, so let's fancy them up just a little bit. So I melted some candy melts using my chocolate pot, and I find using the chocolate pot, the trick with the candy melts is to do it on low and then add a little bit of oil to them so they thin out, and it's a much better result. So I used grapeseed oil. I have coconut oil, but it's not opened. I didn't want to open it just for this little bit of chocolate. But here's what we're going to do. We're going to take this melted chocolate and I'm going to put it in the fork, and then I'm just going to go back and forth. And I learned this from food bloggers. If you want to do this really pretty drizzle on your cookies, do it with or on whatever, the chocolate drizzle, use a fork, because the fork is how you get that look. If you try to do it with a spoon or whatever, it doesn't work. And then what we're going to do is we're going to just put these little rainbow sprinkles. They're like a pastel, and I feel like the cookies need a little color to them. But see how I'm just doing that white chocolate, and again, candy melts, which are really easy to obtain. You could use white chocolate chips. This is just if you want to be a little bit extra. It's a super easy way to take something simple, and I mean, you just make it look so fancy. I mean, they'll be like, oh gosh, where did you buy these? And you'll be like, I made them. People will lose their minds. If you show up to a party with cookies that look like this and say you made them, oh my goodness. You'll be the star of the show, I promise you. Let's look at the difference. So there's before, and after. It's really a big difference. I mean, you don't have to be as extra as I am, but holy cow, those are beautiful. Can you believe how easy that is to do? I mean, it's just mind-blowing. It's so simple. The biggest trick is when you drizzle the chocolate, use the fork. Don't use a spoon. That is a top secret food blogger secret. I already used the word secret. It's just a top secret food blogger thing. So I'm sharing it with you here so that you can make your things at home look as nice as all of that stuff that we're seeing out there on Instagram and in magazines and so on and so forth. I hope you enjoy this recipe. I hope that you will make these beautiful cookies for your Easter parties and celebrations. I think that you will love them, and everybody that you bake them for will also love them. So that's what I have for you this week. I sure appreciate you hanging out with me, and that's all I've got. So you know what? I'll just see you in the next video. Thanks so much for being here, and I'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.